Hi there, my name is Mike. Welcome to Wisconsin Gold Rush. Most rivers in Wisconsin will give you 1 or 2 flakes per pan here or there, but the fun of prospecting here is looking for a spot that's really worth pursuing. 4, 5, 6 flakes per pan, that's kind of nice to find. Join me on today's adventure as we pan our way up and down this creek, looking for a spot worthy of putting in the sluice. Alright, now I know everyone loves giveaways, so every single video I do I'll be giving away a bag of Paydirt or some equipment. Right now I've got 7 bags of Paydirt with a half a gram of gold each and a bunch of gems, and I'll be giving away 1 per video. Alright, so the first spot we're going to be testing today is behind this little row of rocks. It's got some nice gravel sitting here and it seems to go kind of deep. Got my regular gold pan, got a 1/4 inch classifier and a 16 mesh classifier. Oh, even though it's the middle of winter, the water is cold but not terrible because it's totally spring fed. The head of the river is actually right there, up there behind them trees. Alright, so this is where we're going to take our first test pans from. Alright, so what you want to do is get some water in there. Get it all jumbled around so it's all fluidized. Shake it good and hard. And then start shaking it a little less hard. And as you start shaking it less hard, start tipping it forward just a tiny bit so that the material comes out to just about that last riffle right there. Then let the water drain. And just for a few seconds, all the water drains out and it really cements together. Then you want to only rinse out up to about there. You don't want to rinse up here. There's a little black sand you can see, and you might be rinsing gold out if you do that. So only about up to there. 1, 2, maybe 3. And you go right back to it. Do it again. I do have a smaller classifier screen. I just chose not to use it for our test here. Honestly, the water wasn't deep enough to stack them both together. I didn't feel like digging a deeper hole. And we'll start rinsing back. It is exceedingly difficult to film this and to do it and to not get a reflection at the same time. That is not gold. I wish it were. Alright. In the end, hopefully we'll see some gold. Man, all these big rocks. This is terrible. Well, if I see some gold, I'll be real lucky. Oh, I see a sparkle. Alright, so here's the results from that spot. We've got 3 little lead pellets, we've got 1 little fossil, and by the tip of that stick is the tiniest little flake of gold you ever did see. It's a flat little smushed flake. But yeah, that's pretty nice. We don't expect to see much bigger than that around here most of the time. However, 1 flake per pan is not very good. I would hope to see 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 per pan, and then I'd put in the sluice. So, on to a new spot. Alright, I think I'm going to do a little test sampling from right here. We've got a couple of big rocks. Got a nice little spot where some gravels are showing up. I'm going to scoop right out of there. Seems like around this creek there's some little spots where you find nice gravel and then the rest of it is mud. But it's a nice sandy bottom and it's nice and solid to stand on most of the way. So we'll see. Oh, that's a big one. I didn't go in. That's good. All right. That's about as good as that gets. Pretty rocky here. I guess that could be a good sign. A lot of big globs of this real sticky clay stuff. It's like not pottery clay, but it's sticky and gooey. Hopefully there'll be some gold in there. I'm already seeing a lot of black sand in here. Alright, at this point I'm going to put a little drop of jet dry in there. Not much to be wasteful, just enough to break that surface tension because our gold here is really, really small. I'm going to start rinsing it back. Real gently. What you're watching is for right along here, for little pieces that aren't moving as fast as all the sands. The gold is rather sticky and it'll just kind of limp along the bottom real slow. Alright, here's the results from testing that spot. Lots of lead, no gold. Oh well. Well, I think I'm going to go over this hill to another little creek that I know cuts into the hill a lot deeper. We'll go over and sample over there for a while. Alright, so I found a nice little gravelly spot here. I'm going to test for some black sands with my neodymium magnet here. It's an N52. Neodymium magnets come in different ratings for how magnetic they are. And the ones that are rated N52 are the strongest ones. We're getting a decent amount of magnetic stuff here, so why not? I'll do a test pan. Alright, so this turns out to be solid clay. Look at that. Boom. I can make a coffee cup out of that. That's funny. There's some over there too where I stepped. Ugh. That is some very sticky clay. Well, hopefully, since this is a nice deep eroded channel here, hopefully all the gold that might have been in it is settled in that clay. We'll see. Wow, you guys, look at this. Some of these chunks. Man, this is a lot of work breaking this up. Look at these chunks. This is just solid as all solid can be. Can I break this? Ugh, it's very solid. But hopefully once I wash all the light milky stuff out of it, we'll find some good heavies. Alright, so after classifying that out, here's what I'm left with. There's the rocks from the clay. Now if I go and start panning this out right here, see how sloppy that all is? That mud is just going to flow out of the pan along with any gold that I might have stuck in there. So I'm going to put it underwater for a couple of minutes here. Stir it around and let some of that milk float out of there. Hopefully the gold will stay settled in the pan. And maybe once I'm down to sandy material that'll actually settle, then we can pan that. This is why clay sucks to run. You just gotta swirl up the milk and pour it off. Probably spend 5 times longer doing this than you do actually panning the stuff in the bottom once it's down there. Swirling isn't a good way to do your panning, but it does help get the clay all stratified so that you can get the milk out of there. Alright, I'll get back to you in a sec. Alright, now I've got this to a point where we can actually pan it with relatively clear water. There, that's much better than before. Alright, rock and roll. Stratify, stratify, make sure you get it nice and shook up. That gold is pretty small and it might take a few moments to settle to the bottom. I just got to show you, look at all these garnets. Will it focus for me? Right there in that corner. I expect to see them, but that is a lot of them, and they're kind of big. I really hope this is showing up. I might have to get my magnifying lens. Yeah, look, that big one right there, right in the middle. There we go. Wow, and those pink ones too. I love seeing the pink ones. Those are some nice size. Wow, look at that. It's hard to hold this and pan it at the same time, but when I get to the bottom of this pan, I'll show you what all's in there. Look at those garnets. That's really spectacular. I enjoy seeing that. Hopefully there's gold under the rest of that pile. Alright, so here's those garnets at the end. Unfortunately, I didn't find any gold in that pan either, but at least we got 4 or 5 nice little garnets. Yeah, that's nothing. They're not worth anything. That's stupid. Hey, look at this cool rock I just found. It's got all these little dimples in it and stuff. It was stuck way down in the clay. You know who'd like that? That other Wisconsin guy, Jason, the flower gold wizard. Here you go, buddy. Nice warm hot chocolate on a cold day. I've been out here for about 4 hours and it's still nice and warm. That brand really does what they say. Hear the owls? It's starting to get dark out there. So this is going to be the last pan for the day. If I don't find any gold in here, we'll be going to a different creek next time. This one seems pretty dead anyhow. Might as well take this time to tell you about my giveaways though. Today I'll be giving away a bag of Paydirt with 1/2 gram of gold, some silver, some gems, and all you got to do is be a subscriber and leave a comment below, and I'll use a magical internet program to select our winner. And if you don't win, stay tuned for the next episode. There'll be more chances. Thanks a lot, guys. You have a great day. Bye-bye.